Hello and welcome back to Travis Teaches Guitar and Music Theory 101 for guitar. This is the second in this video series. Today I'm going to teach you the rest of these strings here, familiarize you. In the last installment we went through the low E string, string number 6, and I asked you to go through the pattern, and if you have not done that, I encourage you to go back and do that and watch the full video and listen, because there's things in there that I'm going to just go on with today, assuming that you already know. So you should watch the first video. Okay, so we have, if you remember from last time, we have E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, D, C sharp, D, D sharp, and back to E. Going in reverse: E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, and E. No flats between E and F, and B and C. So by now you should have a pretty good grasp on this string. So it gets easier from here on out, because on your A string, this is probably where you're going to recognize the pattern, because it's not going to change. We're going to go A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and A back at the 12th fret. Okay? And again, it's the same with the flats. If you're going from A at your 12th fret, A flat, G, G flat, F, E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, and back to A. See that pattern now? And so our strings, if you've watched one of my other videos, if not, I will go through this now. Our strings across are E, A, D, G, B, and E. I like to remember it as Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. If that's an easier way to remember them. But I don't need that now, because I'm very familiar with the strings, and as you should be also. This is your first step towards that, but if it helps you for now, just remember Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. E, A, D, G, B, E. So we now have two strings here. So by this you can easily figure out a lot of things. There's not too many songs that you can play just on one string. You know, you want to advance further past that, but you can experiment around. And just experiment around and get different sounds. But as you're doing so, try to think about what note that you're playing and get yourself familiar with it. So let's continue on to the D string. D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, and back to D. D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E, E flat, and D. So you see that it's not changing. It's the notes are all in a nice pretty line all the way down the strings. Okay? Back and forth. It's just the thing that you have to remember is the sharp and flat thing, and that's not that hard to remember. Starting at the G string, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, and right back to G on the 12 again. That's not change. Let's go from B, C's on the 1 now. C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and back to B on that string. Your high E string is going to be the same as this one. You already know this one, so that's one less that you have to even try to memorize because you already know that one. So that just leaves you with the others. And I encourage you to go through them. You don't have to try to, I want you to memorize it, but just get it in your head and go through them like this, one at a time, and see where their relationship is with these position markers. Now, another video I made about tuning, I kind of went through this tuning by ear and get you a little bit familiar with this number 5 area right here. But you're going to spend a lot of area, especially in the beginning up here, not so much down here doing shred and then all this stuff. You have to walk or crawl before you walk before you run, right? So you're going to be spending a lot of time up here in your preliminary stages, even your advanced stages. You're never going to get out of this area. You'll learn how to get out of this area, but for the most part, this is going to be where you're starting most of the times. And we call this first position, this area from here to here. About as far as your fingers will stretch is first position, what they call this. And then, because that's kind of what these position markers are all about. So, by next time, I want you to be very familiar, and I want you to go through all of these one at a time. Let that be your exercise when you first pick up the guitar, is to go through. But also, what I would like you to do is finger the notes 1 fret at a time with each finger, like this. Just start out slow if you can't do it, but try to work yourself up to that. And name the notes to yourself as you're going through. And that'll be a big help to you. Until next time, we will go through and I'll introduce you to the major scale, your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And until then, keep practicing, be diligent, and learn. This is your relationship counselor for guitar. Till next time.